Hey, it's Paul with rackoutfitters.com, here to show you the iKamper SkyCamp 2.0 in the rocky black finish. Here we have it installed onto this Ford Raptor that has a suitable rooftop rack for the camper shell. Here we're using the Rhino Rack Vortex Aero load bars, and you can see how it's attached using the new 2.0 mounting hardware. Very important when installing this mounting hardware that you use anti-seize lubricant on the threads to prevent galling of the threads. Other than that, it's a very easy and simple method of attachment. You can see how the mounting hardware slides in a track to match up with your crossbar spacing. This rooftop tent does require a minimum of a 32-inch crossbar spacing and a minimum weight carrying capacity of your roof rack of at least 165 pounds. The tent itself weighs in at approximately 155 pounds. So iKamper is a company based out of South Korea that is also home to other world-class manufacturing companies such as Samsung and Hyundai and Kia. This tent offers some very unique features not found on other tent designs. This is the only tent on the industry that has an expandable flooring. So also, only tent in the industry using the base platform panel constructed of a honeycomb monocoque aluminum material. So very strong, very lightweight. Also offers thermal qualities to prevent condensation on the interior. So let's go ahead and deploy the tent to get a feeling for how fast this tent can be deployed, ready for camping. So first of all, the tent includes locking closures. 2 iKamper branded keys are included. So first step is just insert that key and turn it and release the cam. I'll relock it and then unhook from the underside. Same thing here. Now this is a passenger side opening tent. It's only passenger side opening, and that is due to the shape of the tent where it's narrow at the front and taller towards the rear, as well as an integrated fairing which prevents air from separating the lid from the base. So it's important that it faces in this particular direction. So that's going to be always having the tent deployed on the passenger side. So next, I'll get up on the rear tire and just begin lifting. Gas struts will lift the lid to the open position. You have a strap here that'll be used to pull it back down, and also 2 additional straps that will help to keep the canopy inside. Next we have the ladder. The ladder, first of all, you have a cover for the feet of the ladder. Now this cover will help keep dirt and debris off of your Skyview panel at the top. Also prevents discoloration of that panel due to off-gassing of the rubber. So it's important that this is used when stowing the tent. So you do have a quick release closure here, and then I can go ahead and begin to extend out this ladder. Okay, now this is one of the features that make this tent unique, is this extension panel, also made of the same honeycomb monocoque aluminum construction. So that increases the form factor, giving you a sleeping area approximately the size of a king-size bed. So that's appropriate for 3 adults or maybe 2 adults and 2 children. So very generous sleeping area. So we have the ladder fully extended. We want to bring the ladder into a position where the rungs are fairly flat. And so to do that, we can just bring in these release levers until we get the ideal extension. And there we have about the perfect angle where it keeps these rungs perfectly flat. That's another unique feature to the iKamper ladder. Most other ladders, when you have your ladder deployed, they'll be at an uncomfortable angle for your feet. Okay, so next we have the spring struts. These are spring steel struts that support the rain fly at the front and the two side windows. So I'll go ahead and demonstrate that. You'll notice there are two different lengths of the spring struts. You have the short struts, which are meant for the front and rear windows, and then the long struts, which are for the main entry. Let me go ahead and take these. Let me just go ahead and take these up here with me. And you'll notice at the top of the ladder, there's a mounting point for the spring strut, and then at the rain fly, you have a gusseted, reinforced mounting point for the top hook, and then a second one for the opposite side. Okay, so on the inside of the tent, you can follow me on up. We have a quilted mattress that's included. Okay, and then we also have the window. So the best way to deploy your awnings for the window is from inside the tent. That way you don't have to struggle to reach from the outside. And now if you follow me back to the outside, I'll show you that technique. Okay, so if you see on the underside here, we have a riveted attachment point for this front awning. You just insert and then flex, and you have a loop at the top of your awning. Do the same thing over here. Just feel on the underside until you locate that connection point. Okay, so you have this awning, which is also a closure. You have a no-seam mesh closure, and then you also have the poly clear closure as well. So multiple ways to seal off the tent. Also, you'll notice throughout the tent you have these hook and toggle style retention, and these just capture any excess material and keep it out of your way. So I'll go ahead and close this back up to prepare for stowing the tent. So also inside the tent, you've got your gas struts that are towards the back, and there are aluminum lockouts for those gas struts in the back, and that will in high winds prevent the wind from overcoming the strength of the gas struts. And of course at the top we also have another sky view panel to provide more light on the inside of the tent. Okay, let's go ahead and stow it back up. To do so, I'll go ahead and relocate the extension panel back over the top of the main mattress. And we can go ahead and bring down. Before I stow the awning, I also want to point out here that you have a zipper that is there in order to attach an awning or an annex room, which will extend out your rain fly to enhance your overall camping environment. Okay, so I have both of the spring struts removed. The spring struts can be stowed inside of the tent if you like. Okay, next step, we'll go ahead and collapse the ladder. To collapse the ladder, start down at the bottom and press in on the release latches. And then close your Velcro. And then at this point, it's a combination of just pushing up. Okay, now here's where the main strap and the two auxiliary straps will aid in bringing in the canopy so that it doesn't get caught. Okay, we'll also go ahead and put back our cover for the feet of the ladder. So these will take up about 95% of any excess canopy that comes out. You still may need to pull in a slight bit. And double check yourself there. Okay, looking good. Now all this excess strapping that we have, we'll just go ahead and bunch up. And then that's the last step, is just go ahead and tuck that inside. Okay, then making sure that this doesn't get caught inside, we'll continue pulling down. And now that'll engage into the underside. Let me check the back, make sure we don't have anything sticking out in the back. Okay, next I have the key, which I will use to close this latch up. And the key is required to lock it, to close and lock it. Okay, and at that point, you've deployed and stowed the tent, and it's locked. Lastly, did want to point out we have these are the lockouts that I mentioned earlier that are used for the gas struts for the inside. So those are included. Also a tool, a 6mm hex tool is included for tightening up your mounting hardware. And those are all the key features of the iKamper SkyCamp 2.0 in the rocky black finish. This product, along with the full line of iKamper products, are available at rackoutfitters.com, and thanks for watching.